So I was saying that it looks like we've answered all the questions that we are meant to be answering on this project, because we were analyzing sales by customer, by product, by employee, and by country. And in the first bit, we filtered for top 10. So our top 10 customers for the period of this data set are this, So, and we changed that title. We came here to change the title to reflect that we just put our top 10 in brackets so that anyone that's looking at this, they can easily see that this is top 10 customers that they are looking at, that the chart is telling them. Okay. And for sales by product, we didn't filter for anything. So we can see these are topmost products that sold the most or brought the most money in, not necessarily profit, but sales amount. Okay. And the gap is much from the first one to the next one. See, this is 141,000 plus, and the next one is 80,000. So this is a really one of our household products, so to say. It's one that is popular with us or popular with our customers. Okay. And we've seen how our employees who did the most sales, if we are giving out award, we can easily see, we can easily see who are the Peacock Margaret made us or sold the most, not in terms of quantity, but in terms of money. Okay. And leveling Janet is the next one. So if we are doing for second, third position, okay, or just employee of the year, if this was for a year, this data gives us that information, gives us that insight. Okay. Sales by country, we know that US, Germany, did we even filter this as well? No, we didn't. Okay. But our top 5, we can see at a glance, from here. US, Germany, our top 2, then followed, not really close behind, you see. The gap again, these 2 are close, US and Germany, but the third one, which is Austria, is quite far off, those top 2. So those are strengths in terms of where our money is coming in the most. So we have to make sure we are holding the market. Then this is where we need further data to see, okay, what are we doing right? Is it because of the marketing? What are the products? Okay. If I click on Germany, on US rather, and I look at products, we see the the most, high of the top product with the highest sale in the US is this coach display, 41,000 is what we made from these products alone. Then followed by this Thoringer roast bratwurst, whatever that is, and then followed by the next, which is 71,001. This is the total highlighted here. The highlighted is the part that's highlighted is our part that we need, for the information. And we say the employee that, the employees rather, very close between Margaret Peacock and Davolio Nancy. You see, we can see those 2 are having the highest of the bars, we can see the proportion, and the customers, from the top 10, because let's not forget, these are not all of our customers. From the top 10, it are 3 topmost customers that are from the US are Save a Lot Markets, Rattlesnake Canada, I think that is Kenyon, and there's a last one bottom, White Clover Markets. Okay, so these are ways to ensure that we are distributing our energy in terms of business in a strategic way. Okay. We know the products we are focusing our energy more on. We know the customers for those products that we are focusing our energy more on for different countries as well, So that way we are distributing resources even better. If we are forecasting for US that for US for the following year, maybe 99, because this finished in 98, maybe for 1999, we are forecasting that we want to double the sales. Instead of 245,000, we are looking to get something in the region of 500,000 or very close to 500,000. Then we start to think, how can we rake in as much as 500,000? If what we've done so far within this period has given us this, what do I need to do to get double of that? Okay, then we start to study our data. Definitely this, we need to double up on promotion, in promoting this because people love it. So let's put more fuel, in our promotion of this. Let's even, because it's our strengths. It's like you are leveraging on the strength you have. Okay. So the insights we are getting from this analysis that we are doing is for the senior management, those that are making the decisions, to know how to distribute resources so that their target for the following year can be met. Okay. And then every department would know what they are doing. Okay. It's not that these are higher selling products at some point in US, we will now say that it has run out. People are asking for it. It's really in high demand and we have run out of it. How? Okay. So these are products we want to prepare for that we mustn't run out of, and which means that we must be really very close to our suppliers, and if possible, even look towards getting directly from, if our suppliers are also getting it from somewhere, we want to research, how do we get these products even cheaper so that we'll get more profit from it. So work is constantly going with all the departments, and the common goal is we want to double up on our sales amount, for the coming year. So my part as their data analyst is to get this lovely dashboard, which they can then, which I study and I give to recommendations. Like I'm telling you now, all these things I'm saying, normally I'll put them in writing as well as show them, let's say you are my CEOs, my managers, and I'm telling you that I'm recommending that if our business target for next year is to get about $500,000 from the US as our sales, then we need to do everything to double up on, we need to put in double the effort of what we have done this year that got us thus far. And what does double the effort mean? Promoting, running promotions, social media, we need to leverage on it more than we currently, are doing. Let it be in people, let our products that are doing well, let them continue to be in people's faces. Do we need to pay some influencers to even influence it further? Let these names be on every household name. If you observe those that in the Nigerian movie industry, by the end of the year, those that take their movies to the cinemas, those that really do well are those that do what we call like crazy mad marketing. They put their all, they go after all of their friends that have millions of followers. Before you open your social media, it is their movie they are talking about. They even cook up controversial stuffs around the movie, so that it's constantly being spoken about. People are constantly discussing, whether in a good way or in a bad way. But for us, we need for it to be in a good way, so that we need people to buy our products and see the effectiveness of it. Maybe, we're also researching how we can even get our products to be better than they are. How do we ensure, apart from marketing and all of that, how do we ensure that people even get better value? Because if people get good value from our products, chances are that they will buy more. So how do we ensure? Maybe this coat the blade, let's assume, that it is just oat. Let's just assume that this is oat. Okay. We can infuse it with some minerals, that the body needs. So maybe we say it's got iron. We've researched, we've worked with our people, and now we are mixing iron with it for the blood, for this, for that, for that. We are doing some value adding exercises, all of these just for one country and for one product, as we target these markets, customers rather, even more. Okay. We're making sure that, okay, who are our spokespeople or our contact people in this different companies that are our customers? Are we ensuring, that when Christmas is coming, or there's some festive period, are we ensuring we're bearing gifts? Companies do this. They give each other, exchange gifts, and all of this just to keep being relevant to one another. Okay, because the market is stiff. Okay, but we've got to do things in a very unique way as a business. And how do we do this if we don't see through what our data is telling us how we are currently faring? Okay, so by looking at this, I'm knowing that from the 100% of my reserve of energy, business energy that I have, I'm not going to be overspending that energy on products that are really low below here. The energy I give to these products here should not be the same as the energy I give to the products here. These are it's like the Pareto analysis, Pareto rule, 80-20 rule. Okay, that you look at where 80% of your profit is coming from, such that it's 20% of effort that you are putting there, something like that. Though I don't think I explained that well, but in essence, what he's saying is that where the majority of my priority is, that as a business should be where the money is coming in, what is bringing in the highest of the monies. Okay, that is where I'm going to pump my money and my energy into. Energy, whether it's in terms of physical energy or financial energy, or and every other thing, or human resources. Okay, so those are the insights that we are getting from here. Okay, we've gotten insights as per, okay, we want to award winner to the employee of the season for this data. Overall is Margaret Peacock. Okay, and if we were to do it for just the US market, again, it's still Margaret Peacock. Okay, as we can see. So it's good that these visuals, they can filter one another. Okay, but if I don't want them to be able to interact with one another, sometimes you don't want your filters to interact with each other. Okay, I'm going to just click on exactly the same thing that got me that filtering, and on filter. Okay, now I think we should talk about how you can edit interactions. Okay, so the way these filters are working at the moment, it's saying if I if I come here, if you look at the tooltip, it says country is US. Some of the totals 245,585, that's the whole bar. But the part that's highlighted is 41,356. That's where the highlight is darker. That's the part that's highlighted. What if when I'm cross-filtering and clicking on all of this, what I really want is I don't want to see, you see how these, let me click that again. You see how we are seeing all the rest of the bars grayed out while a part is darker. What if I don't want it highlighted? I actually want a proper filtering. I don't want to see these lighter or grayed out areas when I'm cross filtering. There's a way to do that. Okay. So if we come on to format, under format, at the moment I'm clicking on this visual, I think, and format, it says edit interactions. If I click on edit interactions mean I want to edit how all these visuals are interacting, with this particular one that was clicked initially. And immediately I clicked edit interactions, you see all these tiny things come up. This says none. This says highlights, which is what we are currently on by default. And this says filter, and we're going to use all of them. So let's say I click none on this one. You see, I'm saying I don't want interaction. So anytime I'm clicking on something here, don't interact with this. Let it remain like that. And on this one, I'm going to say highlight. Okay, so I'm highlighting on that one. I was hoping that would come up. Anyway, and on this one, I'm saying filter. Okay, so none, highlight, and filter. So let me come back and do this. Look at it again. Oh. I'm clicking on this first bar here. I click on it because you know how they filter. Okay, now you will notice that nothing happened here. Okay, let's pay attention to the numbers just for this particular visual, this top left corner visual. Okay, I'll click on this again. These numbers, this is 110,277, 104,875, and so on. So I'm clicking on here and nothing is happening with this particular visual, because I've said no interaction. I've clicked on none here. So I want this top 10 to remain like that, nothing to happen to it. Whatever is happening all around the world, let it remain as top 10 like that. Okay. Then on this one, I clicked on highlight. Highlight means the part that concerns this filter, just highlight it, which is what we saw earlier as well. Just make the part that I need, that is giving me the right information, darker, while the rest is grayed out. That is the meaning of highlight. And on this one, I said filter. If you observe, this one did not highlight. It filtered out the rest of this gray and brought only the part of the data that we need. Again, I'm going to undo this filtering. I want you to pay attention to the numbers on this sales by country visual. So let me undo the filtering. And we are back to default. Nothing is slicing anything now. We have 245,585, 230,285. If I click on this is the meaning of filter. Rather than bring it as highlights that we had before, where a little part of here was 41,356 and the rest grayed out. What I've said here is I don't want to see the gray out part. I just want just filter the actual data that I need, for the information of this. Just filter it like that. So it's changed the bar to just quote display, how much of it was sold in US? How much of it was sold in Germany? How much of it was sold in 20 in Brazil? You know, rather than what the highlights did here. The highlights gave us a portion of the whole bar, while this one removed the portion that we don't need. That's not part of the information anymore, which is the grayed out part, and gave us exactly what we need. Does that make sense? Does this
Yes, it does.
interaction? It does.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that's how you can manipulate your filtering around. It depends on what you are trying to achieve. Okay. So if anytime I'm doing other things, say I just want the top management to be looking at top 10 for this one. That's why I said I don't want you to move, just no filtering. And don't forget that what I did, the editing of interaction, I did while I was clicking on this. Okay. So if I come back to this and click on here, that's not working anymore, because the interaction I edited, I clicked on this when I was editing. So this is the owner of the manipulation I just did. Okay. If I need that for another visual, I'll have to click that visual, come here, and I don't want this to filter this as well. So while I'm clicking on this and we are on edit interaction, I'll click on none. So basically, anytime we are on any visual and filtering, I don't want this particular one to be. So anytime I click on this, it remains on its own. Anytime I come here and click on this as well, it remains like that. And anytime I'm clicking on another one, this one, nothing happens with this. Okay. So we should be mindful of that. That I did it on this doesn't mean if I work the other way around, it won't work. So define exactly what you are trying to achieve is what I mean, and then work with that. Okay. So if again, I need all the time, anytime I click on these top ones here, I want this to not be filtered anymore, to be highlighted this time around. No, I'm still on filter. To be highlighted this time around. If I click on this, it's now working as highlight. If anytime I click on this, let's bring it back. Anytime I click on this, I want this to be the one that's filtered. Okay. I've changed it all over now. If I do that, now this is one being filtered and this is the one being highlighted. Okay. And by default, everything highlights anyway. I didn't even come to this one. It's just highlighted. Okay. So that's how edit interaction works. And there's something else we didn't talk about when we were in Power Query. We haven't really done much with Power Query with this particular project, to be honest, because the data sets were not very problematic. So we were not really able to showcase a whole lot, with the Power Query. But something very important that helps you to understand what you are looking at in terms of the data quality information of your data. If you come onto view and we look at all this data preview functions, monospace is just monospace. Okay. If I click on it again, what has happened? I think it's the spacing between each alphabet. Okay. So if I remove it, we have that. If I put it back, we have that. Okay. I don't normally use that anyway, because I like what I see when I see this like this. Then it says show white space. If I say show white space, I never see anything, change with that one either. Okay. But column quality is one of the important ones. And as I hover over this, it says show column quality details in data preview. Show me the column quality of this. If I click on that, let's see, it brings this. okay? And these are information about what each column is about. We have valid, error, empty, okay? This is also a way to know. I mean, this is a small table. Sometimes the table is so large, okay? And you want to know, do I have any error within this column? Is there anything empty, or is it all valid? In this case, it's all 100% valid. So we are fine, 100% valid, 100% valid. How about we go into, was it region that was giving us a kind of a weird, was it shippers? Okay. So let's use shippers, there's quite a few things we can learn here. So for shippers, the supplier ID column is 100% valid. Company name is 100% valid, no error. So that's fine, you see. And that way you are seeing the possible issues, if there are rather possible issues within your data set. And all of these are fine up until we get to region. And even we can see that there is a lot of nulls in the region. So it's saying that this column is just 31% valid. There is no error, but 69% of them is empty. That is, there's work to do. How do we get the rest of the data that's missing, in this column? I think that's the only column that's got that problem, because the one country is fine. Shippers, I think we checked shippers. Okay. Orders, which is an important table to us. Okay, so it's good to check your transactional table, which is this orders table. And I believe looking through, okay, I see something here. Ship dates, yes, we know that some ship dates were not recorded. So 7% of our ship dates is not recorded. That tells me I need to pursue and grab this data from our shippers. Which date did they ship? Okay, and this is where teamwork is important. You would always need somebody, for something, and relationship building as well. Positive relationship building is also very important, because easily you can get what you need from people. See, ship region, okay, still from the shippers that we need this information from, 59% empty. There is no error, which is a good thing, okay? Or we shouldn't be working with empty columns. The only reason we didn't fret over those empty ones is because they are not really very relevant to the actual report that we are currently building. But what if in the future, for this same report, I'm being asked to, Deborah, please, we need you to add, that so report. We need you to add this and this and this and this. Okay. So that's when you would then start looking for those people. That's why it's nice to fix it now, even if you don't need it. But it doesn't stop our work. So we should still be carrying on working, even as we look for the right the data to fill in those blank spaces. This is another half empty one. And you can even see from the green line, okay, we see that only about half of that is working. That's how column quality works, okay? And then we have what we call, I'll take this out so that we're not looking at too many things at the same time. Column distribution. Okay, now this is another thing. Column distribution. Let me start with categories because it's quite small. Now, column distribution shows the distribution of what you have in your column, okay? The values, how are they distributed? And it shows you the distinct values and the unique values. And you would ask me, what's the difference between distinct and unique values? Okay, unique values are the values that appear only once in your data set, while distinct values are every value. Okay, unique values, anything that's only appearing once, that is your unique value. But if it's appearing, everything, not every other thing, everything, including the ones that appear just once, so, and the ones that appear 100 times, so everything is distinct. Okay, so unique is a subset of distinct. Unique is part. So distinct is the umbrella body, and unique is normally a subset. And in this case, let's see, all the values we have here is 8. And because each one of them appear once, that makes us have 8 unique values. Okay? And the same goes for the second column and so on and so forth. But if we go into, I think the same will go for most of, okay. The same explanation I said before applies to everything here, except here, where we have title and where we have title of courtesy. I like this. These two would help us. So it says we have 4 distinct values and 3 are unique. Okay, now let's see those unique values, which are the ones that appear only once. If I come here to make it easy for us, if I come here and I just say remove duplicates, yes, if I say remove duplicates, anything that is repeated, it will remove it. For example, let's look at this together. It's just 7 or 9 rows, 9 rows. Okay. So we have sales representative. Then we have vice president sales. Now we have another sales representative that's repeated. Another sales representative repeated. Then we have sales manager appearing only once. Then we have sales representative. Then we have inside sales coordinator appearing just once. Then sales representative, which we had seen before. So the values appearing just once, which are our unique values. Let's look for them. The vice president sales appeared once. Sales manager appeared once. Inside sales coordinator appeared once. So those are 3 unique values because they appeared once. But every value that is represented here is distinct. What do I mean? So when you are talking distinct now, you know how you have sales representative, make that 1. Then we have vice president, make that 2. Then we have sales representative again. I'm not going to count it anymore because I've already counted a sales representative. So this sales representative is not unique because it's repeated, but it's a distinct value because it's part of my value. Okay, I start counting the distinct again. We start from sales representative 1, vice president sales 2, another sales representative, I won't count that. So I have 2 values that I've counted. Then I'll jump to sales manager because these 2 I won't count. I've counted it already here before. So any value I've counted, if it's repeated, I'll just jump it. That's how to deal with distinct. Okay, so 1 for sales, 1 for vice president. I jump these 2, then sales manager, make that 3. I keep on jumping sales representative because I've counted them before. Then inside sales coordinator, make that 4. So the distinct values, that is every value that's represented, I just count it that the ones. Those are my distinct value. Okay. And then those that appear just the ones, those are my unique values. Okay. Let's do the same for here. This is 4 distinct, 2 unique. Unique means they appear once. So let's look at the ones that are appearing once. I have Miss, Doctor, another Miss here. So Miss is not unique, it's duplicated. But Doctor so far is only 1 so far. Then I have Mrs. Mr. is repeated. So Mr. is not unique. So Doctor and Mrs. are unique. That's why we have only 2 unique. But for distinct, every value here, but don't repeat it. That's how to do distinct. So I have Miss 1, Doctor 2, Miss again, but I won't count it. So Mrs. 3, Mr. 4, another Mr. I won't count, another Mr. I won't count, another Miss I won't count, another Miss I won't count because I've counted them before. So 4 distinct value, 2 unique. Okay, and one last example to drive this home very well for us. As long as we remember that unique appears just once, and then distinct, everything in every value, but counts them only once. If they are repeated, don't make it 2. That's your distinct. Okay. So this date, it says there's 7 unique, that is 7 dates here appear once. And every date, when you count them not repeated, is 8. Okay, I won't dwell on dates because it's not easy to fish out like the rest. But let's use city. This city will be easy to fish out. It says that we have five distinct value. Give me just a second to tell. Okay, never mind. Okay, so if I use city, if I use city, it says we have 5 distinct and 3 unique. Unique values appear once. So let's see the values that appear once. We have Seattle, Tacoma, Kirkland, Redmond, London, 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 Seattle, London. So London and Seattle are appearing more than once. For Seattle, Tacoma, and okay, Seattle is also appearing more than once. There's Seattle here. So Tacoma, Kirkland, and Redmond. So those are the 3 values that appear only once. They are unique. But every value that is represented here is just 5. So we have Seattle, we have Tacoma 2, Kirkland 3, Redmond 4, London 5. The rest are just repetitions of the same things we have counted before. Okay. And this makes for an interesting one to use. It says we have 2 distinct and 0 that is unique. Okay, there's nothing here that's appearing just once. We can see WA is all repeated. All the nulls are also repeated. So nothing is unique here because everything appears more than once. But the only 2 values that are here in all of these 9 rows, the only 2 values, which are the 2 distinct values, are WA and null. The same goes for country. All of them are repeated. Nothing is appearing just once, so 0 unique. And the only values that we have here, despite the fact they are repeated, but there's only 2 values, is US and UK. And that's it. And that's why we have 2 distinct here. Okay. Does that explanation on distinct and unique values, does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask one of us, whoever can go, let's explain this report to, okay, let's explain how come it is saying 3 distinct and 1 unique. Let's see who can explain this one to us, then we'll call it a night. I need a volunteer, please. Is it not clear? Let me see, who have I got? Oh yeah, unmute and help, I beg. Don't know why that is going up. This reports to.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Okay, Sasha is okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking.
Oh yeah, go for it, Sayinka.
Okay, let me try.
Mm.
Unique is like the umbrella body. And it appears just once.
Okay, it's not the umbrella body, but it appears just once.
Okay.
Mm.
While distinct is a subset of unique.
No, so the other way around. So distinct is the umbrella.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that's having all of them inside it. That's why it's the umbrella.
Mm.
But unique.
Okay, so yeah. Distinct is the parent's body.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So using this report to column now, let's see, how is it one that is unique and three distinct? Which value there is appearing just once?
Expand this my screen.
Which value in report 2 is appearing just once? That highlighted column.
The highlighted column, that's a report 2, right?
Yes. Which value appears only once here?
0 appears only once.
That's the unique, yes. It's the unique value because it appears only once. Good. So how come we have three distinct? Why is it three distinct?
So all the other ones are appearing more than once.
Yeah.
And they are called distinct. So why? Can you please clarify just one more time?
Your distinct values is everything that's every value you have in that column. That's your distinct values. As long as they are there and they are marking registered, I'm available. Okay, they are distinct. But if they are now just,
so it's like distinct value is the unique, is an identifier.
No. We are not even using the term identifier.
Like I'm buying something more than once. Like I'm buying something more than once. It's still
Not
the same
even,
me.
It's
I'm
not
still
even
using
no. Distinct is not even about more than once or once. Okay. Because have you observed that since that we have been using all those columns to explain, even the ones that appear only once, they are also part of distinct. That's why I said distinct is the umbrella body. Okay, look at this now. Let's farabale and see this. Okay, this says three distinct, one unique, and we have established that unique values appear once. Only 0 appear once here. That's why it's just the one. But every value you can see here is distinct. Never mind that they appear 100 times. As long as one value appear once here, it is also part of distinct. So that's why we say unique is also part of distinct. It can be confusing, but with you looking for a way to explain it in your head or to yourself, you will finally get it. It took me a while to get all these distincts and whatever. Okay. But see, what are let's say unmute and say this together. What are the values that we can see here? I can see, together we are saying this. So everybody is unmuting. 2
0
0
2
2
wait. So now I'm not going to count any other 2. As long as I've counted 2 before, I'm not counting it anymore. So let's start again. 2 0 and we keep going to the next 5.
Finish.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So how many counts did we make?
3.
3. Because we counted 2 0 5. The rest are repeated things we've already counted. Okay.
3.
Yes, because see, 2 0, then we jumped because we've counted 2 before. We are not counting it again. So 2 0, then we come to what we haven't counted, which is 5. And we look down and we've counted everything that's here.
5.
That's why it's 3 distinct values. So remember that again, when we are counting distinct, we counted the 0, which is unique. That's why I'm saying distinct is the umbrella. It's housing everything. But if you look through your values rather, and it appears once, call that unique. Then everything together, even if they are repeated, don't count their repetitions for distinct. Okay. The term distinct that they use makes it confusing. You are saying something is repeated, then you are saying it's distinct. That's why we don't count it as a repeated. We are counting it as a value that is in our column. And that's why we counted 2, 0. Where the distinct comes from is I'm not counting another 2 because I've already counted a 2 already. So 2, 0, 5, 3 distinct. For unique, only one because 0 is the only one that's appearing. That's once, okay? Something we have used before, we do it again like this now to try and drive it home. Let's use title of courtesy.
So unique is where we have only one frequency.
Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the right word. Yes, only one frequency. So if we look at this title of courtesy, I need someone else to explain this title of courtesy. Why is it 4 distinct and 2 unique?
Is it the title you are asking question from?
Title of courtesy, this one.
Yeah. So what's your question now?
Now, why is it 4 distinct and 2 unique? Can we fish out?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We have 4 distincts. We have MS,
Yes.
Doctor,
Yes.
Mrs., and
Yes.
Mr.
Yes. 4.
Yes. Then
And
the
I
2
like the fact that you did not repeat Miss. You jumped over. We have Miss, Doctor, Mrs. You jump over that Miss because we've counted the Miss before, and then Mr. And that's 4. Go on, ma.
And the unique ones are Doctor.
Yes.
I'm not saying properly. Oh, sorry, bear with me.
Mrs.
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. Yes, thank you. Doctor and Mrs. Those ones they appear just once. The rest, all the values we have here, distinctly they are 4. Distinctly they are 4. Although they appear more than the 4 we are talking about, but distinctly, that is not repeating the ones that are actually repeated, they are 4. Okay, so unique is part of these things because when we were counting the distinct, we counted doctor, which appeared once. We counted Mrs., which appeared once as part of our distinct. Because they are appearing here, anyway, they are still part of the whole. Okay, but if you are taking anything home today, unique values are values that appear just once. We can write it somewhere, maybe that's where we'll start from tomorrow. We'll repeat this exercise as well as editing interactions, and I'll try and remember what else we haven't talked about, okay? And then by next week, we look for a project that's a little more complicated than this, and we use Power BI to do it. And we'll walk through it. By the time we do 2, 3, 4, 5 projects, I think we'll be used to quite a lot of things, of ways of using Power BI. Is there any question?